Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. So this from XRP_mommy here on Twitter. May is the month XRP gets sent. Everyone knows, even BTC maxis, watch for chartists saying I usually don't buy XRP and it's an SHIT coin, but I can't deny this setup. All-time high and more is coming, LOL. Everyone will bend the effing knee. Quite a colorful tweet there from XRP Mommy. You know, I just did a video this morning describing what Kaleo said about the XRP setup last week. I'll link that video up here if you guys didn't catch it. XRP Mommy also retweeting out Kaleo's tweet. So I will leave this in the description if you're interested. So all-time high and beyond. I think all-time high is definitely possible. We've heard predictions of $10 to $13, $50, and even crazier than that. And I know some people are like, you know what, XRP, it will be crazy if it even goes to $50. But there is some evidence, and I'm not saying this is going to happen tomorrow or even next week or even next month, but there is some evidence, and this will be pending on how long the bull run lasts, but there is some support to suggest that XRP could reach 3 digits. And I'm going to show you how. First of all, I just wanted to bring up XRP, guys, here on the hourly. Over the last few hours, we saw an XRP rally up to about $1.70 and a half cents, $1.70 give or take. I'll throw a Fibonacci on here real quick just to show you guys we did break past the 0.702 and past the 0.786. We do now have to retrace beyond the full Fibonacci, which is at about $1.76. And as you guys can see right now, XRP is indeed retracing, trading at about $1.60 right now. We'll see if it finds some support down in and around here before we start making our way back up. So some bullish momentum for XRP over the last couple of days. This has been great. I mean, the setup has been pretty apparent on the chart over the last little while. Even just taking a real quick look of XRP here on the daily, and I mentioned this morning as well, we can see XRP was forming a bullish pennant. So strong momentum upward followed by, a large swing downward. And we're seeing this volatility kind of get slower and slower. And looks like we are making our way up. Now again, timing is going to be one of those factors where we kind of have to play it by ear. This is why we look at charts on the micro time frame, just to kind of get a sense of where the coin feels like there is enough buyers and sellers, or not enough buyers and too many sellers, or not enough sellers and too many buyers. This is what gives us our momentum, right? Right now, it's seeming like there is enough sentiment to support XRP price moving higher, so more buyers, less sellers. And part of this is going to definitely depend on Bitcoin sentiment as well. If XRP were to reach 3 digits, we definitely need to see Bitcoin go higher than it is today, potentially even higher than $100,000 per BTC. And so I definitely think that is possible. I think that that would definitely mean that we would need to see a prolonged bull market, something over the span of maybe another year or even longer than that, deep into 2022. Well, okay, here's my rationale. So this is XRP on the daily. I have it on the Bitstamp chart here, and I wanted to point out a couple of things that I noticed here, okay? So I'm going to put a line here, and as you guys can see, if I just move over, this was when XRP was trading at about 6 cents back in December, or rather November of 2013. It topped out here, and then it came right back down. XRP was trading under a penny for quite a while before we saw this bullish run up. The last all-time high we saw for XRP was over here at around $3.35. So I'm just going to put a couple of horizontal lines up near these highs for where we saw XRP rally. And as you guys can see back in the first bull run here, you can see that there was some significant resistance that needed to be battled against. So over here, it retested finally by April of 2017 and then blasted off to the upside. Okay, I'm going to remove those. So let's start with this bull run over here, guys. This rally we saw for XRP back in 2013. I'm going to put a Fibonacci retracement on here, and I'm going to do something a little different. What happens is we generally put the top of the Fibonacci, the one right at the top of the bull run, and we bring it right down to the trough. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to line this up with the 0.618 line, okay? I'm going to line up the 0.618 line. You guys can see I did that over here. The bottom is still lined up with the bottom, but when I do that, take a look at where the top of this Fibonacci brings us. The top of the Fibonacci brings us directly to the top of this peak right over here, okay? This was in May of 2017. We saw XRP reach this peak. When I line it up with the 0.618 from the top of this bull run in 2017, reaches the peak, the 4.236, so the full Fibonacci run by 2017. And I know on this channel, we've taken this fractal pattern and, superimposed it on current time frames just to kind of get a sense of where XRP could go next. And in a lot of these cases, what we did was we took this and we're basically putting it right down here at the bottom, right? So if I zoom in here and I take it off auto, what we've done in the past is we've taken it and kind of lined it up with the bottom right over here. But just hear me out for a second, okay? I'm gonna bring you back to this bull run here and take a look at this in here, okay? I'm gonna circle that to see if you guys can see that a little closer. You see that little run up there? I noticed that little run up from back in 2017, and I thought to myself, I was just playing around with this. I thought to myself, could we be further along in this trajectory than we think we are? Again, guys, remember, back in here, this was the SEC lawsuit. This was in and around the time the pump group happened, and so we kind of based out in and around here. So this is assuming a theory where a lot of this information that we're seeing on the chart was artificially manufactured just because the SEC lawsuit brought XRP price down artificially. This isn't organic movement. And then we had the pump group, which brought XRP price right back up to about 74 cents. And then that died down. And then we kind of found an equilibrium in and around here. So let's just say we use this as a base point, because let's not forget, back in November, we already had that pump before the SEC lawsuit. This, to me, seemed manufactured, and sure enough, it was. Of course, price dropped after the lawsuit was mentioned. The pump group also pumped the price, and then the price came down. But if I line this up here, guys, and just bear with me for a second, if I line this up here, are we going to notice anything in the chart patterns that possibly could ring differently? Okay, remember, let's go back to 2013. Remember when we put this Fibonacci retracement tool lining up the 0.618 for this former bull run back in 2013. Let's try to see if we can do the same thing and glean some information from this. So I'm going to choose the Fibonacci tool. I'm going to bring it all the way down here, and this is what we do traditionally. But what I'm going to do instead is bring this up and line the 0.618 up with the top of that over there. Well, it's interesting because if we zoom in now, you guys can see we're getting pretty close. Right up here, you guys can see that. We're getting pretty close to this line up here before getting rejected, okay, on this fractal down and around here. So this fractal pattern still does definitely line up, and we are still seeing potential resistance being rejected at certain price points. Okay, this price point would be around the $4.24 mark, and over here we could potentially see a rebound in and around $2.12. Also note, guys, when I zoom out, that this up here, actually, let me zoom back into that. This up here is actually lining up quite closely with the full Fibonacci retracement. And so that would bring us right up here. That could bring us to a price point. Well, the top of this would actually bring us up to $25. But even if we just took the top of the Fibonacci, that would bring us to $22.35. As you guys can see in this fractal pattern, that would mean that we could potentially see heavy resistance up and around the full Fib retracement. Rebounding down in and around here lines up perfectly with this Fibonacci retracement level down here. That would be at $13.91. And so far everything is checking out. So guys, I'm going to zoom back out on the XRP chart on the daily, and I'm also going to show you something else that I noticed. I'm going to take a date range tool, and I know I just said I'm not going to predict the amount of time that it's going to take for XRP to reach 3 digits, and we haven't even gotten to that part yet. But let me just take a date tool, guys, from the top of this bull run, okay, back in December of 2013, and drag it all the way to where I'm assuming we might start to see some action, okay, right in and around here, which brings us to about 1,200 days, give or take, 1,180 bars, which is the equivalent of about 1,207 days, as you guys can see down here. Well, what if I took the same date tool and took it from the most recent all-time high back in 2018 and dragged it in and around here right before the time that we saw XRP rally, okay? So now, if I take that tool and zoom in, you guys can see we're talking in and around here before we really started to see this pump up. That gives us about 1,180 days. So somewhere very, very close. We're only about 27 days off here. So it's looking like, in terms of a time frame, that we are seeing similar price action on the XRP chart. Even though we said we weren't even going to talk about time, the history is showing us that back in 2013 to 2017, we saw 1,207 days before we really started to see some meaningful price action again. And sure enough, 1,180 days, very, very close to what we're seeing right now. So this price action as well in 2021 happening within that same time frame. So $22.35, I mean, that's a pretty good price. But we're not done yet, and again, this is going to hinge on the fact that the bull run lasts longer than we anticipate, because let's not forget, okay, this was from 2013 to 2017, and at some point in time, somebody may have looked at this, XRP trading at 40 cents, after buying it down here under a penny, and they may have thought to themselves, all right, that's it. That's alt season, it's done, I'm going to sell out of my entire position. But there were still some more gains to be had in XRP at that moment in time. The alt season was not done yet. It did still last a few more months, and XRP finally reached an all-time high of about $3.35. So again, this is going to be based on market sentiment, where Bitcoin goes, how confident investors are going to be in cryptocurrency. I'm telling you right now, this is not going to happen next week or next month or even 6 months from now. It may happen, depending on market conditions in 12 months or longer. Again, guys, depending on if the bull run is prolonged, it could be that the bull run is over next week. I mean, we kind of don't really know, but this is just projecting a potential price target if the bull run continues on late into 2022. That would be my guess. So then what do we have? All right, so let's say we can take information from back here and say, for example, that the rally continues and XRP gains another 728%, right? If we take this top from mid-2017, and a few months later, XRP did reach that all-time high over here. That would mean that XRP gained an extra 728%. Well, keep in mind, we're calculating this measured move from the full Fibonacci extension, the 4.236, right up here, assuming that XRP does go this high. So what could that mean for the price of XRP? Well, if I take the percentage tool and bring it up another 728%, and I'll bring a horizontal line here just to show you guys where that would be, that could mean that XRP could rally to a price of $184.84. One day this is going to happen, guys. One day. It could even be during the next bull run. I don't know. We could see another bear market between now and then. But the fact of the matter remains, at least in my opinion, calculating this based on historical trends, seeing where the trend could go in the future, I definitely don't think it's out of the cards. Again, it will be dependent on where Bitcoin goes. We will definitely have to see a Bitcoin above 100,000 per BTC in order for this to take place. I mean, it doesn't have to be, but chances are, mathematically and market cap wise, there would have to be enough money in the market to support this. It is great though, and this is why I share the news every day about all this institutional money being interested in flowing into the market. This is what's going to get Bitcoin up there. This is what's going to get XRP price up there. So do you think this is possible? Tell me down in the comments what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.